United plan immediate upgrades. There's a busy day at Spurs, Chelsea in a hurry for Mendy signing, a transfer roundup, and today's Emoji Mondays all coming up in the next few minutes. As I'm your host, Matt Froelich, you are the Onefootballers, and this is the Daily News. So first up, Manchester United are in the immediate need for upgrades. That is according to left-back Luke Shaw, who said that they desperately needed some new players. Little did he know, the brand new player they could potentially get in the next few days is the direct replacement for Luke Shaw. The left-back is not cutting it, so Alex Telles from Porto looks like he could be on his way to Old Trafford. Apparently the club and the player have agreed a contract which is around 4.3 million euros per season, but Manchester United are yet to agree a deal with Porto. The club want around 20 million euros for their star left-back, and Pinza Harvey, Telles' agent, is desperate for United to just pay up. Just give the money straight over, and in all honesty, they really shouldn't struggle to put together 20 million. Yes, when it comes to Jadon Sancho for £108 million or some other signing for a ridiculous amount of money, there may be one or two suggestions that they can't really afford it, and they'll have to financially go over the books and make decisions and yada, yada, yada. But 20 million? Surely for United, that's just a drop in the ocean when it comes to their expansive budget, especially as it looks like they're not going to be buying Sancho this summer. A new left-back is in definite need, and on top of this, they may also need a right winger. We spoke obviously about Sancho, but if he doesn't move, there are some other options. Ismaila Sarr was an option, especially as Liverpool aren't signing him now that they've brought in Diogo Jota. There's also talk of Douglas Costa. I mean, we saw at the weekend with their 3-1 loss to Crystal Palace that Dan James just is not good enough to fill that role even for one game, never mind to be the star right mid for a whole season. Moving on though, and to what will be a busy day for Manchester United's former manager, Jose Mourinho at Tottenham Hotspur. It's been a whirlwind weekend, and it looks to get even busier at Hotspur Way, the club's training ground, as they hope to welcome in Wout Weghorst. The Wolfsburg striker has been heavily linked with the club and apparently has already agreed personal terms in a fee which will go up to 20 million euros to the Bundesliga side. This is Spurs' plan B. Jose Mourinho said after the weekend that the puzzle is not complete despite the fact he brought in Gareth Bale, Sergio Reguilon, and then watched Harry Kane and Heung-min Son tear Southampton apart in an insane second half performance as they won 5-2. Obviously though, for Spurs, it's unprecedented the amount of games they have to play. It was yesterday, then it's Tuesday in the Carabao Cup, Thursday in the Europa League, then back to Sunday in the Premier League, and this could continue for quite a few weeks as they progress through the competitions, which, against some lower opposition, you'd expect them to do. On top of this, there's also rumours of Jesse Lingard joining Spurs, and this one, honestly, there's some ridiculous rumours, then there's this. Who wants Jesse Lingard? Like, honestly, the only viable option he's got is to stay at Manchester United. Surely other clubs know that he's the butt of every single joke and that he really is putting in such subpar performances since the 2018 World Cup. He's not even worth a loan deal, like paying for a minimal loan deal. There is no way if Spurs want to be taken seriously they should be going and buying Manchester United outcasts like Lingard. The only reason they've been linked with him is because Dele Alli looks to be on his way out to PSG. At the moment, this is just a rumour and it looks as though Ali will play against Leyton Orient on Tuesday night in the Carabao Cup. But after that, his future is really up in the air. So as I mentioned, a busy few days for Mourinho and Spurs. Next up then, and to Spurs rivals Chelsea, who have had, well, quite the weekend and apparently just cannot wait to announce the signing of Rennes' Edouard Mendy. They've agreed the fee, they've agreed the contract, the goalkeeper is waiting in the wings to be officially announced as a Chelsea player, all because Kepa just did a Kepa. You know things are going badly when doing a Kepa is a synonym for doing absolutely terribly. At the weekend, he had an absolute howler against Liverpool and practically gifted Sadio Mane the second goal of the game to wrap up the 3 points for Jurgen Klopp's side. They were deserving of it. Liverpool had a really good game and Thiago made his debut in the second half and broke all sorts of passing records because that's what he does. But it was at the end of the first half where Chelsea effectively lost the game. Christensen decided that football wasn't for him and that rugby was more his sport, brought down Sadio Mane, got a red card, and then Mane put 2 past Kepa in the second half. It was just not really a great weekend for Chelsea, but definitely not for Kepa, and it looks as though his number 1 spot is out of there. On top of this, completely unrelated to Edouard Mendy, but in the Chelsea game, Jorginho's penalty, shit. The run-up, shit. Stop doing it. It's shit. You're a footballer from 12 yards out. Run up, hit the ball hard, stop pissing around with these stupid run-ups and just score the damn thing. Those penalties look ridiculous when you score. So imagine how ridiculous they look when you go and miss it as well. Like, fair play to Alisson for saving it. Jorginho, hang your head in shame and just hit the ball like a normal human. There is Absolutely no need ever for anyone to take a penalty like that. Moving on though, and as you can tell, that kind of annoys me, even though I really do not care about Chelsea. But on to a quick roundup of the rest of the day's transfer news that you might have missed. And over the weekend, Leicester bought in Cengiz Under. Arsenal have apparently agreed a deal with Atletico Madrid for Lucas Torreira to move to the Spanish capital on a one-year loan. Arturo Vidal was in Milan to complete his move to Inter today, and Barcelona are looking at Serginho Dest after selling Nelson Semedo to Wolves over the weekend. Let's move on then to Friday Feels. This is where you guys left all your footballing predictions in the comment section on Friday's Daily, and a few of you got things right. First off, an Ephraim Azar-Smith guessed that Jude Bellingham would get an assist versus Gladbach, and a lovely one at that. Mido Janem correctly predicted the score of that game, and that was Dortmund running out 3-0 winners. And Cameron made a brilliant prediction over the weekend. It was Thiago to sign by Friday, check. Liverpool to win, check. Mane to score, check, check. Bayern to win and Dortmund to win as well. Fantastic predictions from you, Cameron. Finally then, we come to this week's Emoji Mondays. This is where we at Onefootball throw a couple of emojis down on some of the hottest weekend's action. And first up, best player. This week, best players, and it goes to Harry Kane and Heung-min Son. Harry Kane's passing was akin to some of the best playmakers in the world, with 4 assists for all of Heung-min Son's 4 goals. The Korean attacker was on form as well. Kane also got in on the act with a 5th goal of Spurs' day, and it's just impossible to choose between the two of them. A really good turnaround for Harry Kane, who last week I gave as the worst player after a shocking performance against Everton. Talking of shocking performances, and the worst player goes to Kepa. We mentioned why, an absolute stinker. That first bit in the first half, when he came out and did not meet Salah at all as he skipped around the Chelsea goalkeeper, and then giving the ball to Mane, it looks like his time is up at Chelsea. Finally then, the best result of the weekend for me goes to Crystal Palace. A great win away at Old Trafford, 3-1. Wilfried Zaha on absolute fire, but there were some other honourable mentions as well. Celta Vigo's win against Valencia was a big 3 points for them, as was the 3-0 victory for Andrea Pirlo in charge of his first game for Juventus against Sampdoria. There you have it then. You guys let me know your Emoji Mondays in the comment section down below and your thoughts on the rest of today's daily news. Whilst you're at it, you can smash the like button and click here or here to check out all of the other videos we've got going on Onefootball. But until next time, I will see you guys later.